new names is not. Would he be able to do it again? Bacon tonight to be able to.
Kenya market size is projected to be $2.1 billion GGR by 2026. 70% of bettors in Kenya use mobile money, M-Pesa, for transactions, and 50 plus licensed betting operators with fierce online competition. It's Kenya market, and today we're gonna talk within our Where is My Money podcast. We will talk about Kenya for sure and Africa in general, as always. And we are joined by outstanding expert in Kenya, in many other African countries, Joseph Oyekunle. He is an iGaming expert, strategist with a deep understanding of Kenya's and African betting market. Joseph, welcome back to our channel. Thank you for joining us. Could you drop a few words about yourself for our viewers who just joined and subscribed to our channel and maybe didn't see you before?
Thank you, Vasilii, and good morning, all. Once again, my name is Joseph Oyekunle. I'm an high gaming expert with deep understanding knowledge of Kenya and the African betting ecosystem. I have more than 15 years experience in this field, and I'm happy to be here to discuss more about Kenya iGaming market. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for the intro. Let's begin as usual with the basic, with a description of Kenya iGaming market. What is differ about Kenya if we compare it to other African markets or to Ivory Coast or, for example, Senegal, which we already discussed on our channel? Check the links in the description. We have it already, and more African countries is on the way. So, Joseph, what about Kenya? What is so unique about this market?
Thank you. This is a very sensitive question, and I will be glad to answer it. I can distinguish Kenya iGaming market by a younger tech-savvy audience, which favors sports betting and entertainment. This market is really thriving, and experts like us and my other colleagues, we have predicted its revenue to hit $1.03 billion by 2029, with sports sector only to achieve $159.2 million. That is the statistic. It is expected the number of players to soar up to 1.6 million by 2029. This is the next research by which has been estimated around 83.9% of Kenya young population which are engaging in the sport betting. However, local survey exposes lower figure, revealing 50% of youth have been engaged in any form of iGaming over the past year. Kenya has ranked as a leader in e-infrastructures among the African countries. 40.8% of the Kenya population has internet access, primarily via mobile devices, which lays a solid foundation for promoting iGaming websites and apps. So if I want to talk about the demography, the young adult, predominantly males, aged between 18 to 35, from the core of the audience are playing sport betting in Kenya. And with the adoptions of mobile usage, in 2029, only 88% of players use mobile devices. The engagement from smartphone has only increased by now, which indicates a strong demand for mobile-friendly iGaming creativities. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph, for such a massive intro. As usual, just a big boom of experience, I would say, in the very beginning. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I can confirm mobile coverage is growing. M-Pesa, as we mentioned in the intro, is one of the main sources, but we will discuss it also a little bit later. Very stunning market. And for sure, I know already there are many local brands, there are many international brands. A lot of brands got local licenses already, but still, I know there is a big demand, a big interest from new companies who would like to join this market. And that means, obviously, we will talk about regulations. We always talk about it in videos like that because we cover not only affiliates needs, but also operators needs. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow
Yeah.
for more. So, if we talk about regulations in Kenya, how difficult is it? Is it kind of the same processes as we already discussed for Ivory Coast and Senegal? So it varies from case to case, or there is a special or already formed flow, I would say.
Yeah, it's quite easy when all due process are taken. You understand, Kenya is highly regulated market, and Kenya remains one of the most liberalized gaming centers in Africa. Sports, offline and online gaming, and sweepstakes are permitted in the countries. iGaming online activities are not still heavily regulated because of offshore operations, but there have been several attempts to introduce the iGaming control bill to enhance players' protections. So the regulators, who is known as the Betting Control and License Board, is overseeing the regulatory activities in this regard. That is a BCLB, which was established under the Section 3.1 of the Betting Lotteries and Gaming Act, Cap 131, Laws of Kenya of 1996. So, thank you.
Nice, nice. How much does it cost to get a license in Kenya? Also, it depends on the business, on the case, on your negotiations with BCLB, like in Ivory Coast with Lona Sea or in Senegal, or there are like some transparency. There is some transparency and already pre-built payments, I would say, or it depends.
Yeah, as you have said, it is very related to what is being done in Ivory Coast. You understand the BCLB, they are in charge of issuing license, but the first process to obtain a gaming license in Kenya is to register an entity, whether a foreign company is coming in or local company. You need to have a local entity duly registered. You understand, and after this is when you can now proceed to obtain or securing the license. The business plan, takes a large part of this process. Once your business plan is in line with the rules, the norms and values of the rules and regulations of the regulators, it will be very easier. They used to charge a non-refundable registration fee, you understand, to obtain the license, and they have a license fee as well. So it varies depending on the negotiation with the head of BCLB. If there is any operators willing to know more, they can reach us here. Later we can find out the current price. You understand of how it goes, and we can share accordingly, because we cannot. I cannot be sharing the price of last year. It's not regulation changes every time. You understand, so we have to be up to task about what we do. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. It depends on the particular case, in as
Yes.
quite the same as in all other countries. But maybe we can share approximate prices with our audience, for example, from your experience, because based on my experience and what I get from consultant agencies there in Kenya, they provide very different prices. Somebody will tell you like 20K, Another guy will tell you 150K. So what
That's
is
what
your
I
idea
said.
about it? What is from your experience?
Yeah, from my experience, the business plan take the large process. You understand? Once the business plan is in line with the rules and regulation of the regulators, I think between 20 to 25,000, sort
Mhm.
out the license. Yeah. But I'm very sure it's not up to 100,000.
Super.
Yeah.
And that is about betting businesses. And as far as I know, for iGaming business, at least what I heard from my local guys, I would say, it is mentioned that to get iGaming license online, iGaming, I mean casino license, yeah, like online casino and stuff like that. You need to have offline casinos also there on the ground. So first, you need to obtain the license for an offline casino, uh, like behave in a good way, pay taxes and so on, and after that you can get online license. Can you confirm it, or there is a way to launch online casino in legal way
Yes.
there also?
Yes. In order to launch online casino in legal way, once you are obtaining your sport betting license, you have to deeply, enter into a detailed conversation that you want to run online casino. They have online casino permit and they have online sport betting permit. If you want to run online casino in Kenya, it does not mean you must have a retail operation. You understand? Retail operation only give you, if you have retail operation permit, it only give you access. You understand, to run online casino. But if you only want to go squarely for online casino, as you're applying for your online sport betting license, also apply for online casino license. So it will be issued together. You understand? This is how it's been run and
Hmm.
managed. Same thing in Nigeria, same thing in Ivory Coast as well. They have come
Hmm.
up with an idea of issuing separate license for online sport betting and online casino,
Yeah.
irrespective
So
of whether you have a shop, retail casino or not. Yeah.
super, super. So that sounds quite easy. Behave good, pay taxes, communicate with the local government, and everything gonna be fine.
Yes.
This is quite clear advice, not only for Kenya or Africa. That's clear advice for any geo country where you operate. That helps everywhere. This approach.
Mm.
And if we are talking about the taxation, yeah, do you know the amount which should be paid? For example, I open a betting operator. I launch a betting website. How much should I pay in taxes to this regulator, to the government? It's not clear for me. And if so, should I take this taxation from the amount, for example, of player winning, or should I take it from my revenue? What are the usual practices on Kenyan market about it?
Yes, the usual practices is on the following. They charge tax
Hmm.
on stakes of players, like 7.5% betting tax is on stakes. And on winning, they charge 20% on player winnings. This is how it's
Hmm.
been done here in Kenya. 7.5% on stakes, you understand, and 20% on players' winnings. This is how tax is being charged here.
So finally, for example, if I win as a player 100 Kenyan shillings, finally I will get 80 of them because 20% will be deducted by a regulator, or will I get 100 and 20% will be paid from a betting operator to the regulator? What is the usual approach here?
The
Who suffer
approach
more,
is,
operator or a player? That's what I mean from this
I think
taxation.
in this case, is the player. You understand?
Hmm.
Because any player that is staking an X amount of money, 7.5% will be deducted, as
Hmm.
a tax for
Hmm.
staking. and 20% whenever he wins. You understand?
Hmm.
20% will also be deducted. So this tax is heavily charged on players, not
Hmm.
the operators. Yeah.
So players are aware about it and they are ready to put some money to regulate it. Okay, I got the idea, and maybe just to think about this is the reason why Kenyan market is also popular between offshore brands, because imagine it's something like about 30% in taxation, generally speaking, pretty
Yeah.
high taxation, and probably that is the reason why offshore brands are so popular in Kenya, as far as I know. Do you know, by the way, is it really still like that, or everybody is going into license process? What is going on there with offshore brands?
Yeah, because of the way BCL is sanitizing his masses and his country, you understand. There is highly huge reduction in offshore operation in Kenya because many many of the offshore companies are moving in. They want to be working at peace, you understand, so they are settling down to get license so that they can be able to run advertisements and have a huge tractions on to their platform. So we are in few years uh, ago, we have a huge reductions of offshore or offshore operations. Many of them are
Hmm.
now switching to get license so that they can have peace. They can pay to the government. They can announce. They can do offline, online adverts. They can free in the country. To operate their business, which I think is the best idea so far.
Generally speaking, yeah, it's the best idea to have a transparent white business for sure. That's what we
Yes,
recommend
sure.
to have here on our channel. One more question here. Now, you mentioned that setup fee, or like getting a license fee, it can vary from case to case. Like it's maybe something like 20K, 30K, or something around it. But is it this approach is the same about taxation? As we mentioned, we have 7.5 for stakes, 20% for winnings. Is it always like that, or is there a space to negotiate your taxation scheme within your business plan also? How is it set up?
No, no, they don't negotiate taxation. It's a fixed
Hmm.
amount. You
Hmm.
understand? It's every
Just in case.
organization, every operator pays the same. It's fixed. It's not
Hmm.
negotiable, unlike a
Hmm.
license, which you can
Hmm.
negotiate based on your business plan. So this is a
Hmm.
fixed amount of money, and
Hmm.
everybody is obliged to it. Yes,
Okay, okay, super, super for your comments. Thank you for your comments.
you're
If
welcome.
you still have any questions about regulations, about taxations, feel free to let us know below in the comments, or you can message directly me, Joseph, within LinkedIn accounts. We will leave our links below in the description. Feel free, we are ready to help and consult. Let's talk about player behavior, yeah, on the Kenyan market. What are Kenyans players' typical behaviors?
Yeah, thank you. A significant portion of Kenyans, particularly the young adults, the youth, are involved in gambling, with sport betting and online game being popular. Study has recently shows that a substantial percentage of the population includes university students, gamblers, are increasing the frequency. Factors like socioeconomic status, peer influences, and stress level can contribute to gaming behavior. So demography and behavioral patterns, we have the youth and students. Gambling is prevalently among this kind of people, including the university students, as I've said, who are oftenly seen as vulnerable group. The gender includes male. You understand? These guys, the male guys, are the one that are patronizing gambling in Kenya. We have social economic status. Individual with social economic background are more prone to problem gambling. You understand? So, sport betting is popularly form of gambling, along with online and land-based games in Kenya. The frequency, average player makes 15 bets per month. 15 bet per month. Live betting is preferred by 60% of the users. So this is how I can explain the behavioral activities of people in Kenya.
Nice. What if we talk about average amount of beds? As far as I know, salaries are not so high. So level of life, I would say, is not so high if we compare it to Europe or tier one countries. So as far as I remember, average salaries in Kenya, in Nairobi, are something around 150 or $200 if we compare it to dollars, not in shillings. Yeah. Could you
Yes.
confirm it? Yeah, is it something around it?
Of
Okay,
course, it's
and it,
around 250 to $300, but player bets between $1 to $3 per
mhm.
wagers. You understand? Daily.
So daily, it's gonna be something around from 30 to $90, like half of a salary. Quite a huge amount, I would say, for a person. From the one hand, and on the other hand, that means you shouldn't expect big profits per player if you're coming from Europe to this market, for example. And the question here for you, for as an operator, to make your brand popular, to make your brand well known, and increase the amount of those players on your platform. So this is the reason if we talk about average revenue per user. But for sure,
Yes,
there are
exactly.
still VIP players, I believe. Yeah.
Of course, there are VIP players. There are guys that, most of them, most of the people in Kenya are not salary earners. Some do their businesses, you understand. And for those guys that owns their business, they, they, some of them are categorized as VIP players that plays between $10 to $15 per day. You understand? So we have VIP players that patronize betting platforms that takes more than $10 to $15 per day.
Okay, that's clear. If you have still any questions about players' behavior, don't forget to let us know in the comments below. And let's talk about payment systems. As I mentioned in the very beginning, M-Pesa is one of the biggest, I would say, huge money provider, mobile money provider. And as far as I remember, it has about 70 or even 90 percent of the market, and mostly payments are made through this system. But it's not only talk about M-Pesa, I guess. What other payments methods are there on the market and maybe popular among bettors, among gamblers? Do you know
Yeah,
anything
thank you.
about it, Joseph?
Undoubtedly, the most popular payment method in Kenya is M-Pesa, which was
Hmm.
launched 2007, which allow users to store money in their digital wallet, which allow them to transfer funds, pay bills, and even access a microloan conveniently using their smartphones. This is widely popular, and it has over 30 million users using it in the country. But apart from M-Pesa, they have a PayPal, which specializes in digital wallet. PayPal's globally accessible and support for multiple currency, make seamless cross-border payment crucial in Kenya. They have Airtel Money. This offers mobile payment through Airtel Money, enabling convenience financial transaction via phones. We have Skrill as well. It's a digital wallet. It's a top global payment platform and also gained popularity in Kenya, just like M-Pesa, but is not as popular as M-Pesa. It offers an excellent payment method for Kenyans users with transcriptions accounts. And the last which I want to mention is PesaPal. It's a digital and mobile payment platform which enables users in Kenya to make payments, you understand, through their mobile device using various mobile money services such as M-Pesa, Airtel, and others. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Very important information because payments it's the basement of your iGaming business. If you do okay, all right with payments, it's gonna be fine with all the rest. I hope so, at least. Let's talk about marketing channels. Like what marketing channels are popular there in Kenya? What have you seen yourself, maybe also? Because when I was in Nairobi, I saw iGaming ads almost everywhere. I saw it on billboards, in newspapers, on TV, on radio. Uh, is it really so huge coverage and there are no limitation with ads there, or are there any?
Exactly. The iGaming house is well, allowed in Kenya for operators. But what I understand and what I know is before you run an advert, you have to approach, the regulators, to get permission, to run that kind of advert. They will review it. They will review your jingle, review your plan, advertisement plan, whether it's in line with what they do and what they want the populace to hear. You understand? So they will review, and once approved, they will give you go ahead to do it. In Kenya, you don't just run adverts. You understand? The BCL, they are in charge to review the advertisement plan. You understand? And what they see is sees it okay, they give it approval. So with the different kind of marketing channels works in Kenya, like billboards and local radio, as you have said. They have digital billboard around the country. They have a local billboard. You understand? So it depends on the budget of the operators, whether you are going for billboard or advertisement or local radio or TV advertisement. Still effective in the rural areas. The local radio is very effective in the rural area. About 25% contribute to the new players registration outside Nairobi. You understand? We have affiliate SEO, which works via regional blogs, football fan pages. You understand? And we have influencer marketing where the operator engages different kind of brand ambassador, influencers, affiliate, marketers. You understand, to drive campaigns for their products. You understand, and they make use of SMS marketing as well, where you can send messages directly to players. Telephone, you understand, as a kind of promoting your brand. So these are the advertisement and marketing channels that are available in Kenya. But before you do it, before you do anything, whether you want to do a charity programs or you want to do offline marketing, online marketing, you need to submit a proposal to the regulators, and having approved it, once it's been approved, you can go ahead with it. Thank you.
Exactly. I can totally confirm you need to have approval from BCLB, and it's important not only to be transparent on the market and behave, I would say, but also it's required from time to time by platforms. If you're gonna promote in white hat way your licensed Kenyan business, Google or Facebook will require those permissions. So you need to get it from BCLB in advance, I would say. And if we talk about billboards or any other marketing channel, for sure it is also allowed, as Joseph already mentioned. But keep in mind, there still can be some regulations about it. For example, if you promote on digital billboards, as far as I remember, it is only allowed in prime time, Joseph, if I'm right, from 6 p.m. till
Yes.
9 p.m., something like that. So you cannot promote it all day long. Keep that in mind also. And if we are talking about marketing channels, for sure you mentioned all of them, like main channels. And SMS, it's a growing channel nowadays, especially when you have audio viewers, when you have a lot of issues with SEO traffic and PPC traffic nowadays all around the world. SMS is becoming a very interesting solution for many markets around the globe. And if
Exactly.
we talk about SMS, What I figured out personally when I got a local SIM card in Nairobi, I don't remember an operator, but I guess it was mm, something big. M-Pesa, if they have, do they have a SIM card also? I don't remember. The biggest operator, I would say, in Kenya. What I figure out, I just registered a SIM card, left the SIM card shop, and after maybe half an hour, I already start getting spam messages. Imagine that.
Ex-
With buy those beans in this shop, it's gonna be this event there. Pray for anybody and so on. Like different approaches, even from time to time, gambling and betting approaches. Could you leave a comment about that? Is it not safe to have a SIM card? Do those operators sell their databases like to everyone on the market? And does it mean it considered to be one of the channels, potential channels to promote business? Could you leave a comment about
Yes,
this
yes.
situation?
In Kenya, I think is one of the effective channels where they can reach out to, populace in the country. You understand because they are widely regulated and monitored. You understand. So all those guys that you are seeing their advert through SMS, they already applied, to the regulators to do that. They don't just do it. So they see that is a kind of safe avenue for them to promote their business. So it is allowed in Kenya, you understand. So for people to, make an announcement or do publications about their brand, do advertisement via SMS. But before they do it, they have to go through the regulators, you understand, before they can be allowed to do or promote their business via SMS channel.
Very interesting because it's not a usual channel, I would say. And here in Europe,
Yes.
we consider those messages as spam because the database is usually got but by advertisers, not on legal way. And we got those spam. It's your bank account manager. It's not your bank account manager. It's just someone trying to steal your money and so on. And I considered by mistake that it's the same in Kenya. But you mentioned it's the Whitehead channel. That's very interesting, and probably that insight you can implement within your campaigns. Just if you're already on the market and you didn't know about it, talk to your regulator, to manager from regulator side, and discuss this opportunity. It's huge. It's huge, and this channel is widely used for sure. So,
Yes.
if we are talking about challenges and risks on Kenyan market, what are the challenges operators face in Kenya?
Yeah, gaming operators in Kenya face a wide range of challenges, which include financial constraints. As we know that finance is a backbone of any successful business. So assessing affordable financing, managing high borrowing costs, and dealing with loans defaults are major hurdles for business, especially in the iGaming sector. They they face challenges like regulatory hurdles. You understand complex where we have complex regulations. They see it as conflicts because it has to be. If it is not, people will abuse the opportunity of using the license. Like for instance, what we just said about XMS marketing, that you need to go through the regulators before you can be allowed to do such. It is strictly monitored. You understand? So people see it as being a complex kind of regulations because it takes you time to apply before it's approved. And then we have bureaucracy process as well. It is a norm, in a government parastatals. You understand? It's a norm. We have like a micro kind of micromanagement process, and the need to navigate the legal framework can be challenging for business, especially in the sectors like iGaming. We have infrastructure limitations, poor infrastructure, including unreliable power supply. You understand it affects business there in the country, inadequate transportation networks, and lack of digital infrastructure can impact such a kind of gaming activities as well. The last but not the least is the marketing competition. Intense competition in various sectors, including telecommunication, can drive prices and margin, making it difficult for business to stay profitability. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And one more thing I would like probably to add, as far I would say iGaming market is still developing all around the world and in Kenya in particular. And as you mentioned, they're trying now to put it on a white page, I would say, and do it white hat. Regulators and operators from both sides,
Mm,
and that means, as far as I understood, that those regulations they are still developing. Also, I mean,
yes.
there is no stable law, I would say, about it, so they can adjust it from time to time. And probably you should keep in mind those risks that it can be changed, adjusted, and maybe some of your current opportunities you will not have them anymore, I would say. So you need to keep in mind that it's not um, the talk about the simple market you should join for sure. This is a talk about potential volumes for you on this market and about potential risks also.
Mm,
And by adjusting regulations, I mean this case, recent case, when taxation has been increased, as far as I remember,
increased.
in the end of the last year or something like that. And the increase wasn't just 1% or half percent. It was quite quite something to feel, I would
It
say.
was quite huge, around 10%. It was increased
Yes,
to 20%
yes,
winning on tax. Yeah,
That's what I mean.
yeah.
And as far as I understood, they didn't notify operators about it in advance. Like, guys, 1 year later, we will have bigger taxation, so prepare your businesses and so on. They just told them, okay, it's gonna be like that in several months. I think it's not enough time for operators to fix their processes, to fix to fix their local teams and so on. So this is still a risk, and for sure, I hope from the part of regulations, it's also will be fixed because both sides are now getting experience with this industry, and for sure, with time, with negotiations, it's gonna be fixed in a good way. But still, there are still risks about laws, about regulations, about taxations. It can be changed. Um, Keep that one in mind. It's very important, I know, for many of you watching this video. And the other thing about payment methods. And
Yes.
I've heard it from licensed brands, from offshore brands. Those payment methods are not always available, and from time to
Yeah.
time you will struggle that your payment method is not working. So that's why come back to our part in this video about payment methods. And for sure you should have several of them on your product, just to have opportunity to get deposits from your players in case something is not working with other payment method. So this is the main things from my side. And one more thing about marketing I would mention. This thing is about retention. As we mentioned in our previous videos, it is mm, not so obvious that a player will proceed with your brand for a lifetime, for a long life, I would say. Yeah, as we mentioned in the previous videos, bonuses are very popular in, I would say, almost all African markets, and in Kenya for sure. So you need to have a good support line. You need to have good VIP managers, even calls that is required, and you need to have those methods to retain your users on the platform. Because if you don't do it, there will be a new brand on the market who will steal, I would say, your players with new bonuses, with new activities, and so on. So this is the thing. And if we are talking about to finalize this talk about Kenya, Joseph, if we talk about innovations, future trends, what do you see here in Kenya? What will happen with this market in the nearest years? What are the trends here? Up to your
Yes,
opinion.
thank you for that questions. Before I answered, let me quickly talk about the bonus which you just mentioned. Now, Africans like
Sure.
free thing. You understand? So for any operator coming on board, you must make sure that your platform has a very attractive bonus package, like what we call registration bonus, welcome bonus. Like if you register, you get double of your registration to play on X vertical. You understand? That is very is a retention strategy, and we have flexible deposit bonus. You understand? Once you make deposit, you get a bonus. You know, when people hear about all these kind of bonuses, it will retain them to your own site. So this is what African, will appreciate. You understand? So I employ any operators coming or operator on ground to always offer this kind of bonuses, to their customers. So let me move to the what I'm seeing in Kenya iGaming market. Well, I'm seeing growth in virtual sports, you understand, and esport betting, because it's not you know like now that the season is going off, operators need to have other verticals of games on their platform, so as to retain their business and to sustain their business. So virtual games, parimutuel sport betting, they should be considered. You understand? And this is what I see growth in this kind of vertical in the nearest future. And I see growth in expansion of casino game via mobile. You understand? Because it is opportunity to diversify beyond sports. You get, so when sports season is not on ground, people can as well play casino games, different casino games, ball games, crash games. You understand, on their mobile. So this is the future that I am seeing in the Kenya's iGaming market. Thank you.
Exactly. Can confirm 100% what you just talked about. We didn't mention that before in this video, but we mentioned it already in other videos.
Mm.
I thought it's obvious, but I would like to add one thing, one obvious thing. If you talk about crash games, it's gonna be Aviator for sure. If you talk about sports, it's gonna be football for sure. English Premier League, European leagues are very popular across the Africa. Check the language, check the culture. Somebody speaks English, somebody speaks French. Is in
Yes.
previous videos we discussed. So that means in Kenya they will support English Premier League. In
Yes.
Senegal and Ivory Coast, probably French league is very popular.
French
Yeah,
league.
because of the language,
Exactly.
because of the culture. That's obvious things we are talking about right now, but still,
Mm.
just in case you're a newbie, maybe it will be helpful for you. So I think this is it. Thank you, Joseph, for sharing your great expertise for Kenyan market. As always, it's a pleasure to listen to you, to your huge insights and great knowledge. Dear
You're welcome.
viewers, thank you. Thank you. Dear viewers, check out our other videos about African markets like Ivory Coast and Senegal we already have on our channel. Follow for more. We will record more insights about more African countries with Joseph, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Peaky Ads podcast to our channel. Take care, keep in touch, and do great business. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
See you next in our next episode. Thank you.